Hey everyone, Dustin here. It's been a while since I've done some videos. Reason being, I've been doing some equipment improvements for making the pocket levels. I've actually been making quite a few of these. They're fun to make, and I've really been enjoying the process of figuring out how to make them better, more repeatable, more of a larger scale production. So here's kind of what I've been doing. I got this feeler lathe. I don't know the exact model. It is a DSM 59 hardened clone. And I've got this outfitted for making these pocket levels a little bit faster. So I've actually homemade a bar feeder here. All this is just plumbing pipe. It's PVC plumbing pipe. And I've pretty much just converted it into a piston style bar feeder. I could potentially do a video on that if there is interest. And I have gotten a sliding cutoff thing there. And I've got the turret set up here, so I can actually pop the blanks out of this fairly quickly using 3-foot bar stock. Now, once that process is done, it needs to be brought over to the manual lathe, and I actually need to put the round on one end using the lathe. Then it comes over to the mill, and I use the mill to mill out the window. Now, another process that I need to improve is this step right here. It leaves a burr on this window, and I have to manually deburr each one of these. Now, of course, the solution would be either a 4-axis milling setup or a Swiss lathe with a stub spindle and be able to do it all in there. I'm not selling these at the quantity that I can justify CNC quite yet. I would love to get to that point, though. That would be so cool. I think a Swiss lathe would be able to pretty much spit these things out pretty quickly. So once they are done being milled, they are hand deburred, and then they are brought over here. And currently I am tumbling them to smooth out the hand deburring. So once they are deburred, I tumble them, and that smooths my deburring out. Makes it look a little nicer. Once they are deburred, they are brought over here and they are plugged. So they get a vial. Once they get the vial, then here's the vial. Once they are vialed, they get these plugs. Now, I've machined these plugs on that turret lathe on a different setup before I had the bar feeder, though. So next time I do these, I will be able to do the bar feeder and hopefully spit these out a little faster as well. So once they are plugged, I use this homemade little setup here. And let's see, here's a quality control setup. I'll just use that for demonstration. So this gets set in here like so, locked into place. And then one of these plugs, we'll grab number 21 here. These plugs will sit in top, and then they are pressed in. And you can see I've got a hole in my arbor press mechanism there, and this is actually just held on there with magnets. And that actually lines up perfectly with that. So then once that is in, I can press that in. And this is just a defective unit, so I don't want to actually press that right now. But once that is pressed in, then they look like this. Okay, so then they are pressed and plugged. And once they are plugged, then they actually unfortunately have to come back to the manual lathe. This is also something that I would like to improve. Comes back to the manual lathe, then it gets rounded over on the second end. Now, once both ends are rounded like so, then they come over here to this wet sander. This wet sander has been a dramatic improvement to the process. Before, I was actually hand sanding these. So I would have paper here, 4 different kinds, and I would have it set up on a flat sheet of aluminum, and I would sand these 4 or 5 times each on every one of the 6 surfaces just to get it shined up properly. Now I can use this wet sander with the belts, and I do 4 different sandings. So I do it's a 220, a 3 something. What is it? 320? Yeah, so it's 220. Then it is 320, and then it is 400, and then I jump to a 600, which is the final polish on these. And they look pretty nice when they're done. Now that's the process so far. I've got a lot of additional improvements I would like to make, but I need to justify those improvements first. So I've got what I've got right now. I'm happy with the process. And yeah, I guess stay tuned. Let me know in the comments if you find it interesting, if you would like more videos on this. I think the process is absolutely fascinating, and I'm enjoying building the process and improving the process, getting faster and better at the process. Another improvement I have made is actually measuring stuff for accuracy. So I've set up some tolerances, and that has been a dramatic improvement as well. That has made making these a lot more reliable instead of, running into quality control issues. So that's the process so far. I appreciate you watching. If you want to see more of this, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see. I feel a little awkward sharing my process, but I find it so fascinating. I would like to share more of it. So again, thanks for watching. If you would like one of these little pocket levels made out of solid brass, check the link in the description. Help the channel out, encourage me to make more of these and improve the process. See you guys later. Bye.